I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I've never been to a campground. I've never actually paid to camp. In Canada, we have pre-designated patches of land called Crown Land. Crown Land is quite simply government-owned property, to which you're allowed to camp, hunt, fish, swim, quad, cross-country ski, or even go horseback riding. There are some spots where you do need a permit to camp, but most areas you don't. The only Crown Land camping related rule is that you are not allowed to spend more than 21 days or 20 nights of a full calendar year in the same location. To get to the Crown Land from where I live is just over an hour's drive. You basically drive until the 4-lane highway changes it to 2. Then there's a couple more turns and a bunch more kilometers down twisty forest roads, and then you're there. I chose a site we've been to before in nice weather, but just to fish. We've never camped there before. And of course, the closer we got to the site, the heavier the rain fell. My friend Andrew and I had been talking about doing a winter camping trip for quite some time. We both had a bit of time off around the holidays and decided to go. Our original plans were cancelled, so this time we were going regardless of anything Mother Nature could throw at us. What's up guys, just got to the site, first one here, and everything is covered in a layer of ice. Check this out. This nice layer of ice. It's gonna be fun. I also want to show you guys my car. My car is pretty iced over here. Oh man, check this. This is all icy. Look at this. And then we have the wipers. Look at that, that just came right off the wiper. Front of the hood. All ice, all ice. Front of the car. Crazy. You guys might have watched a video. I'll put a link right here. A gearless video that I brought for this camping trip. If you guys look at the back of my car right now, you'll see I brought more than what was on the list. Now, the reasoning for that is the rest of it is ice fishing gear. And so I am going to camp strictly out of the backpack, excluding one extra Thermarest sleeping pad that I brought. But if you guys look in the back of the car right now, you'll see a plethora of extra gear. First, I think I'm actually going to get my rain gear on before I do anything else. Rain gear and possibly some boots. Going in my pocket. Everything else is staying in the car where it can stay dry. And I'm going to change into my boots before I go exploring. Buddy Andrew should be here soon and we're going to have a good time. How thick do you think the ice is? Think it's good? It looks sketch because all the rain's on top of it.
5 inches.
Yeah, I hope so. So people have clearly been here before. You can tell there's been some ice fishing activity right up in here. Someone had a bit of fun down here. Oh, just 40 cents worth. Oh, that's all they left us anyways. Man, I'm pretty excited to fish. This lake's dope. Someone must have been here alone before because I found a friend. We decided to set up our tarp shelter. Sadly though, all we had for rope was bits and pieces someone left behind. On a scale of 1 to bushcraft, I would give this shelter a 2, but a solid 8 out of 10 on the improvisation scale. Camping in the rain and the cold can be a recipe for hypothermia. To ensure our safety and warmth, we needed a fire and a ton of firewood. This Crownland site gets used a lot in the warmer months, as evident by the destruction of the birch trees in the permanent facilities.
Someone put a lot of effort into that.
The rule of thumb for firewood is collect the amount you think is sufficient. Once you have done this, collect double that amount. We didn't follow this rule. Sadly, we were limited by daylight. We gathered 2 25-foot dead standing trees and a bunch of low-hanging dead limbs. Starting a fire in the rain with wet and or frozen material, only using a fire steel, is a bit of a challenge, but it's definitely possible. I'll be making a separate, in-depth video on how to start a fire with wet frozen material. The link will be in the description below as well as in the top right corner once it's posted. The rain kept falling. What you're about to hear, you might think is the crackling of the fire. It's actually rain. Big, heavy drops of rain. For dinner, I cooked up a camping specialty of mine, Kraft dinner with cut up hot dogs. This is a quick and easy meal. It takes 10 minutes, and it's way tastier than any of those freeze-dried store-bought meals. The rain let up for a bit, and that was a perfect time for me to set up my sleeping arrangements. Welcome to the living quarters. This is where I'll be staying in for the next day. Time for bed. Everything's wet. My feet are soaked, my everything's soaked. But, you know, still good times. As long as you're by the fire, it's alright. Have a good night, guys. Check you in the morning.
Morning, guys. It's 9 o'clock. I didn't have the greatest of sleeps. I mean, I slept okay, but it was on and off. I didn't get up to go to the bathroom, but I still woke up 3 or 4 times due to uncomfortness. Really not very comfortable for a big guy like me. I was warm, so that's good. My sleeping bag kept me very warm. My Sea to Summit sleeping pad kind of is not underneath me anymore. It was extremely slippery and I guess slid out from under me, so it's only covering like from my butt down. But that's okay. And it's time to get up. So now that I'm actually sitting up, I was not on this air mattress at all. It slid out completely. And there's nothing left. So we'll have to figure something out for next time, but an experience nonetheless. I'm actually going to clean up the car first and put all my sleeping stuff away. That's just gonna give me a bit more room later to work with if I need it. So yeah, let's get that going. Now we're gonna cook some bacon.
I'm sure everyone is now thinking, why did he sleep in his car? The biggest reason is all the rain that you saw was supposed to be freezing rain, and I don't have a 4-season tent. Also, I wanted to see if it was possible for a 6'5" guy like me to even fit in the back, let alone be comfortable. I am considering sleeping in the back of it for trips that are more fishing oriented. You know, trips where you want to get up, eat, and go.
key to camping is wearing as many different colors as you can to look good. Off to find some firewood. No one's up yet, so might as well get some stuff going. Find a nice dead tree that I can take down and bring back and get a fire going. Sometimes it's easy. Time to process wood and get a fire going with a dirty lens. No worries, dude.
Well, I guess that blew over.
Yeah, it's okay, we can use the wood.
Yeah.
We both cooked up some bacon. Andrew did his over the fire, and I used my trusty Primus Classic trail stove. Andrew also cooked up some eggs for everyone. I'm not much of an egg guy, but there's just something about campfire eggs. Maybe it's the fresh air, maybe it's the hint of smoky flavor, maybe it's just the bacon grease. But campfire eggs always taste amazing. Toss a little salt and pepper on there and you're good to go. One of my favorite things to do while camping is to throw the extra bacon grease on the fire. As we slowly packed up the camp, we had a last hurrah bonfire. We threw the rest of the wood onto the fire and let it burn down. Sadly, we didn't get any fishing in. The top layer of ice had turned to slush, leaving only 2 inches of solid ice underneath. Some people actually showed up that morning with the intentions of fishing. They punched a hole right off this point, saw how thin the ice was, and left. I shook my fist in rage at the lake and said, "We'll be back to catch rainbows one day." As the fire reduced to ashes, it was time to head home. Time to leave behind our winter wonderland, our utopia. As I traveled back down the forest roads to the 2-lane highway, then to the 4-lane highway, and back into civilization, I had tons of time to think. Great times are not always had in great surroundings, but by surrounding yourself with great people.
I don't care, Andrew, your bacon's burning. Gotta get the shot. get all these shots.